This building was once a fisherman's cottage and is located on a tiny island off the coast of Brittany in France. The island is car-free and all the houses are stone with a slate roof. The viewer who sent it to me thinks it was built around 1850 and its monopitch form and bare stone walls are characteristic of the area. It's also a local tradition to bring a pop of colour to these little stone buildings, and the vibrancy that this creates seems to be really enjoyed and encouraged. Internally, the floor area is about 20 square metres and it has a steep monopitch, taking the roof from a wall of about 2.3 metres to one of 4.2 metres. Judging by these timbers and the location of the windows, that steeply pitched upper area was used by the building's original occupiers, maybe for sleeping, maybe for storage. They're obviously well past being usable now, as is the roof, which would need to be reconstructed and finished with traditional slate. The local regulations restrict any external changes that would diminish the character of these properties, so this project is all about working within this space and bringing it back to life. Design is so much about analysis and problem solving and is an amazing way to develop critical thinking skills. This is exactly like Brilliant, which has thousands of interactive lessons in maths, data analysis, programming and AI, all with the knowledge that you learn best by doing. That's the basis of Brilliant's learning platform, which doesn't just lecture at you, it breaks down huge daunting topics into individual lessons where you get to play with concepts and enjoy hands-on problem solving to really use the knowledge that you've gained. Brilliant enables you to learn a little every day with just 5 minutes here and there, so you can build real knowledge with really engaging interactive lessons. It's the total opposite of mindless scrolling, and as one of my viewers pointed out recently, if you're looking to keep your brain active and sharp, it's on a whole different level to just doing Sudokus or crosswords. So for example, this course on data analysis takes you step by step through the fundamentals of exploring data visually, so that you can read, analyse and use data sets to really get below the surface of that information. And then to help demonstrate how that could impact you, it takes you through a case study on how to analyse Airbnb data to help you find the best neighbourhoods in which to buy a rental property. To try everything Brilliant has to offer for free for a full 30 days, visit brilliant.org/Gemma or click on the link in the description and you'll get 20% off an annual premium subscription. Our initial instinct was that the pop of colour that sets these buildings apart felt like an opportunity to create a language that could tie the exterior to the interior of this property and set the scene for some playful moments of discovery within the space. So from the outset, our aim was to start with the shutters and set them within a slim frame that projects slightly from the building. These frames then draw the colour inwards by lining the wall openings and creating a crisp finish to the bare stone walls. As is tradition in the area, we wanted to leave the stone walls uncovered where possible, but since the roof needs to be reconstructed and fully insulated, that creates the question of how that ceiling lining meets the stone walls internally to create a positive junction. Forming an overlap where the ceiling and wall appear to sort of fold over and cap off the stone walls below does a couple of things. It takes away the focus from the height of this space and brings the proportions of it down to a more human scale at eye level, and it sets a datum line that can be used to tie together some of the internal joinery visually. When we considered how the space should be used, it seemed clear that forming a first floor wasn't going to allow for much more usable space than a sleeping platform, because the head height would limit the ability to move around. Plus, we wanted the monopitch to be visible internally since it's such a striking feature of the building. So the first step was to look at the floor area and establish where the bathroom should go, since that requires partitioning off from everything else and can go in the darkest part of the building. That left us with a square in which to form all of the other main functions of a small home. There's a chimney at the back here, so that helped establish the position for a small wood-burning stove, and this bathroom wall provided the right length for a sofa or daybed to run along perpendicular to the stove. And by lining out this wall to conceal the stove flue, which would need to be redirected slightly to reach the chimney, you get the opportunity to create some concealed storage within the wall. And while concealing and recessing the storage like this allows the space to remain uncluttered and so feel as calm and spacious as possible, cutting away some of that storage to create what looks like a recess around the fireplace completes this corner and ties together the hearth with the sofa, really embedding it into that location and creating a coziness to it. We felt it was important to allow the sofa to double as a single bed to open up options for accessible sleeping. But there's also this space above the shower room with the partition continued up to the roof, which could make for a very sweet sleeping nook, accessed via a ladder that could slide along a concealed rail. And in lining it internally with the colour from the shutters, it creates one of those moments of discovery that we were looking for. Another moment like that is hidden behind the bathroom door, where the deepest storage would be located and where you could have a washing machine, some drawers and shelves for bedding and clothes. And then in the main space, you have the concealed cupboards, a window seat for the dining table, which could have storage beneath if needed, and this small kitchen with plenty of cupboards, a small fridge, hob and microwave. Because this little house has its own enclosed garden, we imagine that whoever stays here wouldn't need any more kitchen fittings than this, and they would probably spend a lot of time in the garden anyway, where there could be a bit of an outdoor kitchen and barbecue space. So I hope you enjoyed this, and please do keep sending me your video ideas. I promise I look at all of them, and I particularly love the tricky ones. If you haven't yet subscribed, please do, and drop a like or send this on to someone you think would enjoy it.